All right, let's talk about something that feels, well, kind of impossible for most of us, waking up at 4:30 in the morning. But here's the thing, forget all that stuff about willpower and just forcing yourself out of bed. We're going to break down a simple system that actually makes it easy.
Seriously.
Yeah, just look at that number, 4:30 a.m. For so many people, this is the holy grail of productivity. It's that quiet, secret part of the day that's all yours, a real head start before the rest of the world wakes up. It sounds amazing, right? But the real question is, how do you actually pull it off without it being a total nightmare every single morning?
And this is the real magic of it. A 4:30 a.m. wake up isn't just about getting more time. It's about getting balanced time. You get this perfect symmetry, 4.5 hours of free time in the morning when your brain is actually working, and another 4.5 in the evening. Think about it. Most of us just cram all our me time at the end of the day when we're totally wiped out. This one little shift completely flips that whole script. So yeah, let's dive into this 4:30 a.m. dream. Waking up this early is way more than just tacking a few hours onto your day. It's what you might call a keystone habit. You know, that one change that starts this incredible positive ripple effect, helping you nail everything from your work goals to your personal projects. Okay, but if it's so great, why is it so hard? Why do so many of us try and then just fail? Well, the problem isn't you. It's not about a lack of willpower. It's the advice we're all given. Most of the common strategies are just fundamentally broken, pretty much setting you up to fail right from the get-go. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. All that typical advice, it expects this massive overnight transformation. It's like you're supposed to wake up a totally new person, full of this motivation that, let's be real, never actually lasts. It's just not sustainable. Does this crazy list look familiar? It's that perfect routine you see everywhere online that almost nobody can actually stick with. You're supposed to just completely overhaul your entire life in one night. Go to bed 3 hours early, then jump out of bed into a cold shower and a 2-mile run. It's this all-or-nothing approach that for most of us just ends in nothing. Okay, so let's just throw that impossible plan out the window. The real solution isn't about forcing it. It's about conditioning. It's about finding a simple way to basically trick your brain into waking up automatically. No willpower required. It's called the one-alarm method, and the idea is super simple. Think Pavlov's dogs. The goal is to train your brain to have an automatic physical reaction to one single sound, your alarm. This completely gets rid of that sleepy morning negotiation with yourself. When the alarm goes off, you just get up. That's it. The decision is already made. And this is the key difference. When you set like 5 different alarms, you're literally training your brain that the first 4 don't matter. You're teaching it to ignore the sound. The one-alarm method does the exact opposite. It creates one single, non-negotiable trigger. The alarm rings, you get up, it becomes muscle memory, not some big debate you have with yourself while you're half asleep. So how do you build that muscle memory? You practice. And you can do it any time of day. You set an alarm for just a minute from now, you get into bed, pretend you're asleep. The second it rings, your only job is to jump up, turn it off, and do something simple like flick on the lights. Do that 5 times. You're literally building the physical habit before you even need it. Okay, so you've trained your body to react to the alarm. Awesome. But how do you actually shift your whole sleep schedule without feeling like you've got jet lag? Well, that brings us to the second key part of this whole thing, the 15-minute rule. The idea here is just so simple and so smart. Instead of trying to make this massive 3-hour jump all at once, you just shift your bedtime and your wake-up time 15 minutes earlier each day. That's it. It's such a small change that your body barely even notices, which makes it totally painless to adapt. And you can see here just how powerful these small, consistent steps are. So let's say you usually wake up at 7 a.m. Your goal for tomorrow isn't 4:30, it's just 6:45. This super gradual approach gets you all the way to 4:30 a.m. in just 10 days, without the struggle. It actually works because it gives you a clear, realistic target to hit every single day. Now, obviously, waking up early is only half the puzzle. You also have to be able to fall asleep earlier. To make that part easier, we've got to talk about optimizing your evening routine. Think of these as simple levels you can tackle one by one to set yourself up for success. First up, light. I mean, we all kind of know about blue light filters, but the advice here is to go big or go home. Crank that filter all the way to the max so your screen is as red and warm as possible. The redder, the better. And at the same time, switch from your bright overhead lights to a dim, warm lamp as you get closer to bedtime. All right, the next level is a big one for pretty much everyone. The rule is simple. For the 30 minutes right before your new, earlier bedtime, put away all screens. No phone, no tablet, no TV. And yeah, that immediately brings up the big question, right? What in the world are you supposed to do for 30 whole minutes without looking at a screen? Honestly, almost anything. Tidy up a bit, do some light stretching, get your coffee ready for the morning. They even jokingly suggest reading a pressure washer manual. The point is, what you do doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is what you don't do, which is stare at a bright screen. All right, we are on the home stretch. Let's look at a few final touches that are really going to help lock this whole system in place and make it stick. Next up, let's talk fuel. We all know caffeine wakes you up, but did you know it can stay in your system for up to 10 hours? So a really simple rule is just no caffeine after lunch. Easy. And in the same vein, try to finish your last meal a few hours before bed. It gives your body time to digest and can really improve your sleep quality. This next one is probably the most obvious, but we all need the reminder. Get some exercise. I mean, if you're physically active during the day enough to actually feel tired, your body is naturally going to want to rest at night. It's pretty much the best sleep aid there is. And finally, the expert level tip. Wake up at the exact same time every single day. Yeah, that means on weekends too. This keeps your body's internal clock perfectly in sync. Now, to be fair, they also admit that almost nobody actually does this, but hey, it's the gold standard to aim for. And really, this quote sums up the whole philosophy here. Conquering your mornings isn't about being some kind of superhero of self-discipline. It's about having a smarter system. It's about setting a tiny, clear, realistic goal each day and just letting those small wins add up into a huge, lasting change. So your journey to 4:30 a.m., it doesn't start with some giant, painful leap. It starts tomorrow morning just 15 minutes earlier than you woke up today. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do with all that new time you're about to create for yourself?